Just
What do you remember about your family that sponsored you?
I think the family that sponsored us possibly had good intentions, but I think given their current or their well-being at the time, it was pretty much impossible for them to really offer us any kind of real aid, um, especially financially. Um, so this family was a they lived in Michigan in a suburb of Detroit. Um, their father was a Vietnam War veteran, and they were raising three kids at the time, roughly around my age. So both families are in pretty similar situations. They were having a really hard time making ends meet. Um, I think they saw sponsoring a Vietnamese family as a good way to garner sympathy from the community, to get donations from the church. But they really didn't really supply any kind of financial support for our family. Um, when we first came to live in Michigan, we basically were living in a tent. So we didn't have any like running water or a bathroom or anything like that. So so it was pretty tough, I mean, considering that it's, we're in America, but, basically the same thing as living like, you know, um, and, it's impossible to find an apartment because no landlord was going to rent to, a family of immigrants at the time. Um, and also in the 80s, just the economy and with the recession, uh, Detroit as a city was kind of collapsing. Um, so their situation, our situation was dire, and their situation, I think, was almost just as dire. So, and, I don't think it was really meant to be. Um, but we as a family just did odd jobs to make ends meet. We did things such as cleaning houses, painting, removing weeds, picking fruit, and my parents enrolled in college um, after a few months, and shortly afterwards, they were able to send us to school. Um, and I remember, you know, just moving around a lot. Uh, when I first came here, um, just going wherever there was a job, and every time my parents found work, and then we had to relocate again and go to another school. So things were quite tumultuous. There wasn't a lot of stability back then.